Good morning. It's September the 8th. It's time for a market update in the real estate world. I'm Trisha Turner and I'm obsessed with the real estate market, which is why I'm constantly bringing you guys updates on what to expect with the market. What are we thinking interest rates are going to do? What are home values going to do? Are we thinking they're coming down? Are we thinking we're going to have an uptick of activity? In case you don't know, I'm in the Houston area. I am a real estate broker with Realty of America. I've been doing this for over 20 years, and I have a big pulse on the market because this is what I do for a living, do it for a career, and I have run a big listing team. So we're very focused on the market. I also am still selling homes and do commercial. So I'm very involved in all aspects of the market. The real estate market, you guys, is exciting. Interest rates, as if you've been paying attention to this, you know that in June of 2022 is when we started seeing interest rates go up, right? So prior to that, we had a good decade of low interest rates, 3.5, 4, anything like that. So super low interest rates, making housing affordability an awesome thing, right? People could go buy these mini mansions, as they were called. That's when like the birth of the mini mansion came out, when interest rates went to an all-time low. The builders could develop bigger homes and people could afford them, right? So people made a lot of money during that time, which is fine and dandy. Well, June of 2022, interest rates started going up. We saw them hit 5, 5.5, 6, 6.5, 7, 7.5. Like they just kept going up. Us in the real estate world, we're like, what in the hell? Put like a total stop to the market. We were like, okay, they're at 6 now. Surely they're going to stop here. Then they went up more. Surely they're not going to keep going up. And they kept going up, y'all. By the end of 2022, people weren't even buying anymore. The world as a whole, or the nation, I should say, as a whole, were like on freeze. Like, what is going on? I used to be able to afford a $500,000 house and now I can't, or the payments double what it would have been. Why? Because interest rates doubled in a 12-month period, never seen before in the mortgage industry. Okay. So they went from 3.5 to, in some cases, 8%. Some people even higher, right? That went on all of 23, all of 24. We're now in the end of the third quarter, 2025, and we're finally starting to see a reprieve, right? Like there's light at the end of the tunnel, and people have been saying it forever, because if you look at the housing industry as a whole, the real estate market feeds 26 other industries with home sales. So number one, the real estate agent, broker, it makes an income on real estate transactions, title companies, insurance, lenders, inspectors, maintenance, yard, painters, construction, cleaners, you name it, it goes down the list. There's 26 different industries that are affected by home sales. Not to mention, when those people that are affected by home sales are not making an income, they're also spending less, right? They're going on vacation less. They're going out to eat less. They're doing less extracurricular activities. They're not getting their hair done anymore or as much. You see spending taper off. What has happened in all this time now is that in the real estate world, which is the world I live in, we were predicting for these rates to start coming down for over 2 years now, and everyone failed in their predictions. They're like, surely it's going to happen this month. Surely we're going to start to feel something. And, for one reason or another, never did we see rates start to come down. But we are now. And it's been all over the news. And people, like I was a lender from 2004 to 2010. During that time, it was normal for someone with average credit, good credit, whatever your credit was, to get an interest rate from 6.25% to 9%. That was the norm. 6.25% was what we would call par rate. Like you got to have like amazing credit, like you're on point. Okay. That was then. Then, of course, after the mortgage industry crash is when interest rates went to an all new low, and then they stayed there for a decade. Well, now we're back in that where they're not there anymore. Will they ever go back into that? I don't think so. And most people that I collaborate with don't think so either, right? What they show economists and mortgage people, when you look at data, they show that for us to be functioning as a good nation, prosperous, profitable, affordable, the interest rate could be somewhere between 5 and 6%. That would solve many, many problems. Housing affordability would become less of a pain in the butt. You'd see more people being able to afford a home because, number one, in Texas, Florida, and California, interest rates are high as they are everywhere else, but you have the added cost of homeowners insurance, which is at an all-time high in those three states. Therefore, housing affordability in those three states is different than some of the rest of the nation. Some of the rest of the nation isn't experiencing homeowners insurance at the cost that we are. So that's why you have to understand like what is going on. Like, why are people not buying homes? Sellers are like, why is my home not selling? In the real estate world, we're like, this is crazy. We put listings up and no one comes to see them. We do an open house and no one shows up. So it's a market that we haven't seen. I've been doing this 20 years and I can't even remember ever seeing the market like this. They say this is a market we haven't seen since 2015. That's a long time ago, right? I'm here to bring you good news. It is September the 8th. We know the Feds are going to meet again September 17th. The rumor has it that we may see another rate cut. But y'all, I want to share my screen with you. Look at this. Let me show you what I'm seeing. Let me put my glasses on so I can show you what I looked at for today. Now, keep in mind, we are paying attention to this all the time. And I have to like have my eyes on the rates. Look, here's your 30-year fix today. Now, of course, this thing is all relative based on your credit, your job, all that stuff. Do you have derogatories? Do you even have credit? All of those factors come in. That's why you have to talk to a preferred lender, which of course we have. Here's 30-year fixed today, 6.29. Okay. 15-year fixed, 5.6. Here's a jumbo, 6.25. Okay. Here is an ARM. People, y'all, if you don't know what an ARM is, number one, it's an adjustable rate mortgage, meaning your rate is fixed at this 5.59, y'all. This is beautiful. Fixed for 7 years, okay? What can you do during that 7 years? Can you refinance? Of course you can. Can you refinance to a conventional fixed rate loan? Yes. Can you sell your home? Yes. It's a way of getting in to a slightly lower interest rate than a conventional. It's actually, substantial in this case, 6.29 versus 5.59, okay? Look at 30-year FHA. Why are you guys not out buying a house right now? It's under 6%. Look at VA, under 6%. Y'all, this is something that we haven't seen in a long time. And if rates come down September 17th, how much further will they go? There's no way to know. Some people say a quarter point. Some people say they won't. We've had a watch on this for 3 years now with no predictions that, like accurate, like, oh, we bombed on that one, didn't figure that one out. So this is super cool. I want you to see that. I want you to understand one thing that's different about this rate. Let me go back into this. One thing that's what you need to understand about the rates, yes, they are lower right now. I had a conversation with a lady yesterday about interest rates, and she wants to sell her house. And she's like, well, now that the rates are lower and you guys are having more buyer activity, I can probably price my house higher. I was like, absolutely not. Now, I'm only speaking on the Houston market here. The Houston market as a whole has been a pretty much buyer's field day for this entire year. There are small pockets of housing where they are selling for list price and they are getting multiple offers. That's very rare and not common. You're seeing most homes sitting, you're seeing buyers making demands like crazy and the sellers bending over and having to meet those demands. That's the market that we've been in. And it's unfortunate, but again, it's like the stock market. You see indicators of things coming, but sometimes when they come, they're like, boom, they're like a hammer and they happen quickly. You're not going to see home values, I predict. You're not going to see home values come up. We've actually seen them come down this year in many areas. It is an amazing time to be a buyer right now. Will rates go a lot lower? I don't really think so, because again, like everyone says, the rates need to be between 5 and 6% for us to have a great economy and for us to keep moving in a forward manner like we're doing. So why would they? I want to share another screen with you. Let me show you something. Let's look at this one. No, not that one. Let's look at this one. All right. So what I have up on my screen right now is the market trends. This is a report that only real estate agents have access to, right? I have the Katy market up right now. This is August 2025. We're in September, right? But this is giving you August data. This is showing you in the Katy, Texas area. It's almost a balanced market. It's between a seller's market and a balanced market. That's what the numbers show. That is not true. We are in a full-blown freaking buyer's market. I'm going to tell you that. It's showing you on here that we've got 3.84 months of inventory. Maybe it's showing you on here that the average sold price to list price is 93.6%. That isn't a good market. If homes are priced correctly and in a normal market, this number should be between 97 and 98%. The fact that homes are selling for 93.6% of what they're listed for is low. That means sellers are accepting offers much lower than what they're listed for. Why is that? Is it because the home is overpriced? Is it because the sellers are desperate to sell? Is it because there's no activity? Probably all three of those things. Lets you know that the median days on market in this reporting platform that I'm using is 26 right now. Let's look at another market. Let's look at Houston as a whole. And Houston is a big market. Let's see what it says about Houston. So in Houston, here we go. Houston's showing you that it's in closer to a balanced market, 4.87 months of inventory on the market. A balanced market is described when there are 4 to 6 months of inventory on the market. What does that mean? That means that if no more homes were put on the market today, it would take us 4.87 months of it to sell off all the homes that were on the market if they sold in the way that they're selling right now. It also shows you here that homes in Houston are selling for 96.8% of list price, higher than the Katy area. Shows you average days is at 25. I'm telling you all of this because I just told a lady yesterday, it's like, listen, first of all, you're not going to see your home value likely go up right now. What you are going to see is homes finally sell. You are going to see people that are going to be able to get their home sold for better than they would have 2 months ago, 3 months ago, 4 months ago, for sure. We're coming into end of third quarter, into fourth quarter. What does that mean? Fourth quarter is usually a really good time to have your home on the market. If you're thinking about selling, should you wait till the spring? No, you should get on the market now. First of all, we don't know what the spring market's going to do. But number two, we know that we've got a pent up amount of buyers that have been waiting on the sidelines to buy a home until interest rates drop below 6%. Okay, guys, they're under 6% today. What more are you guys waiting for? So sellers, if you're seeing this report, if you're seeing the data here and you're thinking you want to get your home on the market, do, but I'm going to tell you what they don't want. Buyers don't want a home that is needing a fixer-upper unless you want to sell to an investor. Buyers want something that looks good and that's move-in ready and priced right. They want a deal. They still want a deal. People have been struggling for a couple of years now because of inflation in the market. So people, their funds are limited and they're weary. They're weary about the economy and they're making smarter decisions, which is good for them. That makes smarter buyers. That's how you build wealth and you create a better life for your family. So home sellers, get your homes on the market as soon as you can, as soon as you possibly can. I would say after September 17th, if you're going to wait, but I wouldn't wait much longer than that because we got buyers ready to make a move. And buyers, what are you waiting for? Like, number one, you don't have to lock your interest rate today. Get your butts out there and find a home. You can float your rate for a couple of weeks and wait and see what the rates do in the September 17th decision. But number one, if you sit back right now and wait, every day you're going to likely lose more and more of that opportunity of an amazing buyer's market, because we do have the potential for this market to shift as interest rates come down any further and go more into really a balanced market and slightly lean towards a seller's market. So I'm Trisha Turner. I am obsessed with the real estate market. I am in the Houston area, and I am trying to give you guys data every week and every day, honestly, so that you can stay abreast of what's going on in the market and know if it's a good time for you to buy or sell or invest. And if you're a real estate agent, So definitely reach out to me, and you can join our community, a Rise and Thrive community, where we meet every morning, making sure the agents that are with us are trained at a high level. Have an amazing day, you guys.